Let's welcome Muktama to talk about philosophy of value. So he's Sanskrit. He's actually an Italian. He lives in Florence. His Italian name is, correct me if I'm wrong, Petrarca Massimo. Okay. So he obtained a degree in philosophy in 2001 in Neo-Humanist School in Italy. The title of the thesis was The Neo-Humanism of Pirasaka. He also a researcher and author in 2020, published the book 30 Years Global. Since 1989 to 2019, it is from the Berlin Wall to the coronavirus, COVID-19. Numerous courses on personal growth studying the Western and Eastern approach. Researcher and teacher in two specific disciplines, the philosophy of value and the philosophy of time. He is also collaborating with the School of Prima Analysis for the foundation of a new science of balance that based on the principles of neo-humanism. So, Muktama, I will stop the sharing and you will start sharing with your own slide. Thank you.
Okay, namaskar. Thank you for inviting me to this presentation. It's okay with audio? Okay.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for Dada Premayananda, Sohai Nayatulan, Dada Shamu Shivananda. Listening after these three orators is very difficult, but thank you. I will try. Also, I usually talk in Italian language, but this is important test for me. The name of the philosophy course I'm working on is Philosophy of Value. It's a new philosophical discipline, and my task is to research and teach the philosophical foundation of this new discipline with a new idea of value based on neo-humanistic culture.
Excuse me, brother, we're not seeing your slides.
There's no slides.
Okay.
So, future Brahmanalists must have a neo-humanistic vision. Therefore, the discipline of philosophy value. But the title of the course of this first edition is Neo-Humanist Foundation of Energy Balance and Personal Growth. We are fortunate to possess the spiritual heritage of Prabhat Sarkar, but we are fortunate also to have its cultural heritage, ideas, concepts, and principles of a millenary tradition. All of Sarkar's work is based on universalism, humanistic, and inclusive vision. But we must spread and communicate this immense heritage to others. We must also speak a universal language and meet with other philosophies. The world must know more and more about Sarkar and the neo-humanist philosophy. Never like in this period, just today in 2023, we realize the great value of Sarkar's teaching have. Just today, yes, we understood, we realized the validity of meaning of the principle, the importance of habits and lifestyle practices that Sarkar's philosophy proposes. Over the past 3 years, every single person and whole humanity has been tested. Many difficulties, many stresses. The people are like tea bags. You know what's inside when you put them in the hot water. Perhaps the most observant of you have noticed that the last 3 years has been the culmination of the last 30 years. I wrote a book about this. Here, it's a little book from the Berlin Wall to the coronavirus 19, exactly 30 years. In the book, published in April 2020, I explain how some things were prepared to happen, and many things that have happened are anti-human. Yes, right now, we need Sarkis teachings. We need prime analysis based on neo-humanist philosophy. During the last 3 years or 4 years, many people thought that they are strong and they melted like snow in the sun. All weakness are come to light. In 2001, 22 years ago, I finished my university course in philosophy at a large Italian university. My thesis was on neo-humanism. I don't know if it was the first time that a degree thesis was written on a university on Sarkar. At that moment, I told myself, I want to do the best possible thesis with the best possible topic, with the best professor. This took some courage on my part because no university professor knew Sarkar in Italy, one Indian philosopher, distant country, with a certainly distant philosophy. But I finally did, and I did well because in the end I won. We all, we neo-humanists have all won. Certain philosophies and neo-humanism has come to the attention of the Italian academic world. This is my thesis. I have a material thesis here. So, my professor was Michele Borrelli, one of the most esteemed professor of pedagogy in Europe. He worked in Italian and German university, and I present my project to him. He accepted. He was a person with a very open mind. Let me work freely. On the day of the official presentation, he excellently introduced my work. Everything went well, and I was proclaimed the doctor in philosophy with full marks. I never met Professor Borrell again until March 2021. I don't know why. I researched the internet for his name. I remember we were in lockdown in Italy. Professor Borrelli had died a few days early. Strange coincidence. I remember him and his support on my work on neo-humanism just 2 days after his death. But the point is another. I discovered something extraordinary. Listen well. His last work, his last book was on neo-humanism, a book which he analyzed the limits of the Western culture and proposed a universalist and neo-humanist vision. Okay, humanism is a cultural movement that originated in the Renaissance 500s, 600s in Italy and Europe. It is considered a reaction to the obscurantism of Middle Age. In humanism, we speak of humanitas. What is humanitas? It's a Latin term. The definition is the fullness and indivisibility of human nature. Therefore, the exaltation of everything for the maximum expression of the human existence, the search of balance, personal well-being, freedom, dignity, high political forms, and high form of artistic expression and other humanist arts. This is the period in Italy of Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raffaello, Caravaggio, and many others. That was a very good time for Italy and for the world. Is neo-humanism an evolution of humanism? Neo-humanism is not opposed to Italian humanism, but develops and expands the philosophy. So, Sarkar is probably one humanist with expanded vision and more universal perspective. Humanism and neo-humanism look at the value of the human life, the dignity of people, and the importance of the fullness and indivisibility of human nature. Neo-humanism continues the work and expands the horizon. Humanism, Italian humanism, places its attention on the centrality of man in society and culture. Neo-humanism is not only attentive to man, but also the inner research, spiritual development, and social well-being. Neo-humanism has a holistic approach with deeper humanitas. According to Sarkar, neo-humanism is a holistic approach to humanity, which focuses on the integral development of the individual, physical, mental, and spiritual evolution. Neo-humanism also encourages cooperation and compassion for the development of society. One of the aspects of Italian humanism has been the return to the past, seen as a better historical period than the present. Italian Renaissance, Italian Renaissance evolved into neoclassicism. We neo-humanists have to ask ourselves which value of the past, which which value of the past we should recover. Humanists of the past become interested in the classical culture of ancient Rome and ancient Greece. Humanistic training with the study of the ancient classics and the promotion of the integral man. Neo-humanists have to do a large job. We don't just address the culture of the ancient Greece or Rome or the millenary Indian culture. Today, we neo-humanists have to have a global perspective. For neo-humanists, history is the history of the entire human race. To return to classicism of all peoples, all cultures, all humanity, East and West, African wisdom, American, Indians, Aborigines of Australia and New Zealand, all peoples of the world have contributed to the evolution of the human consciousness. Someone says that even history.
Excuse me, Muktama. We have another speaker. We have only 20 minutes. Please try to close as soon as possible.
Okay, just to finish my interview.
Thank you
Just
very much.
the principle of humanism are protection for the humanity, for the speed of society, and for homologation. Is the guarantee we have for having useful systems that respect the human, balance, and the fullness of indivisibility and human nature to move in direction of dignity. Thank you.